August 7th, 2023, about 3:30 a.m., Longs Peak, Colorado. It's going to be an adventure. All right, about half a mile in, you can go right or you can go left. You want to stay to the left just like the sign says. I think I'm getting closer to the boulder field. The sun is getting ready to break. Had a few hikers on the trail. Wind had changed from yellow to red. Sustained winds of upper 20s to 30s. A wind gust at 9 a.m. peaking at about 70 miles per hour. So I'm not sure exactly where that is. I'm a little nervous about it. Wind is really starting to rip now. Taking this from there's Longs. There's the keyhole. Ptarmigans. Obstacle 1, boulder field through the keyhole, followed by the ledges. Gotta be pretty hardcore to camp in these spots. Fully exposed. All right, wind is ripping at the keyhole. Time to get through it. Hear that wind ripping. I'm hoping the other side's calm. It's just bouncing off the top here. I'll find out. Going up.
I think maybe one of them went out so they could test it.
You think so?
Wind is absolutely ripping. Ripping! There you go, Megan. That's awesome. It's like another animal over here. Alright, so now we're starting the ledges. Following the class. Alright, got to about 13,450, 1050, whatever, in the trough, and everybody's coming down. Not one person I've talked to has made it. They say the top of the trough is iced over, and then one guy was able to make it across the final sheet of ice and started the Narrows, and the Narrows is basically a skating rink, and he turned around. So I hate that I came this far, but you know what? I got to experience the beauty of this mountain, and that many hikers turning around talking about ice because of the rain and snow last night that froze over. I think I'm just gonna enjoy what I had, which was a great hike on longs. Alright, that is a bummer to get all the way to the trough and not finish. But literally everybody was turning around. One older guy went on, but I don't know what happened to him. And the wind's picking up. So between ice and high wind gusts, and a lot of people that do this kind of thing turn around. It's just a little bit of a bummer, but you gotta be thankful for getting this far and being able to enjoy these views. I made the right decision. You can see it's sleeting now. Lightly, but it's blowing over from the other side, it seems. That's the other side was pretty gnarly because it's not getting any sun. It's pretty cold and windy. I don't know that those icy conditions people were talking about didn't sound good. Coming down to the end here, I think about a half a mile. You know from that sign up there, I believe that's half a mile from the trailhead. Anyway, super interesting day for weather. As you can probably tell from the different shots, it's been sunny, it's been overcast, it's been sleeting, it's been raining. But it's a different animal up there at the top, and there is nowhere to hide on Long's Peak. And those winds were absolutely ripping, and it made it very slow going in an already slow going boulder field. And then on the opposite side of the keyhole was just ripping. I mean, that was pretty exhilarating. When you got on the other side, there was just no sun, and you had some gusty winds, not as bad as the other side, but gusty nonetheless, and it was pretty frigid. I was shivering at one point. I think if I could have kept moving, it would have been okay, but just the trough and then the narrows, and apparently the home stretch, just very dangerous, icy conditions. So that's how it went. But I'm super thankful. I am super thankful for what God gave me today, the ability to experience this. Sure, I would have liked to have summit, but I also wanted to be safe and survive. And this was the decision I made. And I think I was led to make that decision. So it's the right one. Long's Peak, pretty nice experience, but maybe, I don't know why they call it Longs. Probably named after some guy, but you could name it Longs just because how freaking long it takes. That was one of the bummers about not summiting. I mean, it took so much work to get so close, but it's okay. It's all good. Okay, back at the Rubicon. As you can see from the weather, it's all kind of crazy. Like the sun's trying to come out. It's windy. It's windy as windy. It's got a kind of a cold chill in the air. There's a little bit of freezing rain coming down, and this is down at the trailhead. So up high, it was sketchy. So the day in recap, I got up crazy early, like 1:55. I was hiking by 3:30. I think I made it through the keyhole somewhere around, I have to look at my phone, 7:30-ish. The winds were absolutely ripping at the keyhole. And I had seen the forecast. It was yellow for winds yesterday, but this morning it was red. I was a little nervous about that because it had gusts up to like 68, 69 miles per hour. And the thing about gusts is it doesn't tell you how long there's going to be gusts. But I think I know now, like, probably more often than you'd like to experience gusts. There was one time where a gust literally knocked me on my butt in the boulder field when I was coming back down. So what happened is I got through the keyhole, which was pretty exhilarating. That thing was just ripping. Once you got through, it was okay, but it was overcast on that side, or not overcast, but the sun hadn't hit, and it was much colder on that side because of that. And there was snow on that side. It didn't get bad. Made it through the ledges, got to the trough, and when I got to the trough, I just saw person after person coming down, and I was like, even before the trough, I saw people coming back. I was like, "Did you summit?" They're like, "No, it's real sketchy." We turned back. So everybody was turning back that I could see. There was one guy, older guy, like a ultra runner that's probably, seasoned with several years under his belt. He said, "Well, I'm just going to go, and if I hit ice, I turn around." And so I wasn't sure what happened to him, but I turned around at the troughs. I thought about it, and it seemed like the right decision to make because it didn't seem like I'm that much more adept at climbing than these people that were coming down, because some of them did not seem easily skittish. One of the guys showed me a picture of the home stretch, and I could see icicles on it. So I ran into that ultra runner guy, and he said he made it up 2/3 of the home stretch, but he was like one slip and I'm done. So he actually turned around. So I don't know of anybody that made it today except for one guy. And the only reason I know that is because their friends said that they wanted me to look for him because they turned around, and I passed them on the way down. They're like, "Yeah, he did it, but he risked his life doing it." So I asked God too about it, and that was the decision I was led to. So no regrets. Would I have liked to have made it? Sure, because it took a butt ton of work to get as far as I did. I was probably 800, 900, somewhere in between there, feet from the summit. And plus I got up early. I hate getting up early, man. But that's okay. Got to be thankful for everything, and I'm thankful that I had the experience. I'm thankful that Jesus got me down safely, and I didn't see anybody get hurt. I'm thankful for that. Long's Peak. Don't know who Long's is. It's the name of a guy or whatever, but if it's because of the length of it, that's no lie. That is a long hike. All right, I'm going to take these boots off and relax some.
We're still at your weapon. Yeah, he says still. All right, that's good.